Wylion. Wylion. Real dumb shit. Real dumb shit. Real dumb shit. Real dumb shit. It's your boy Shunt and your boy Redacted. What's going on? This is Real Dumb Shit Volume 3, I think. Is it free? Well, you're not paying for it, so don't complain, innit?
It's 3 or 4, one of those.
One of those. Anyway, either. Yeah, let's talk about the real dumb shit this week. What's been happening? Well, Avengers have been released, so that's really sort of like going to be one of the main sort of subjects this podcast. And then you've also got Kanye West. Oh God, that is a minefield in itself, but we're going to go there. And then you've also got what else? Ant-Man trailer, I guess. Deadpool anticipation. You know, lots of sort of comic book stuff today. So I'm here with my boy Redacted. And, yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Shunt?
Not much, man, not much. Turns out one of our co-founders is actually going to be talking about this Kanye West mess on BBC, so...
What?
It's going to be crazy, bruv.
Mad thing, what's going on?
I don't know, he was just chatting some shit on Facebook, bruv, and he just got rolled into this thing. He hasn't got any idea, bruv.
I ain't heard nothing about this. What's happening?
I don't know. Basically, you're just chatting shit on Facebook, and the Facebook thing just blew up in it. And a couple of his people, because, you know, our manager is basically, you know, quite well, you know, connected online sort of thing. I say this is what he tells us. It's the dream, innit? He's got to sell it, innit? So, you know, it's like one of those ones where we're just chilling, and, yeah, he says, oh, I've got this Kanye West interview on BBC 3 or something like that. I said, like, bruv, first of all, how does that even happen, right? Yeah. Like, it's not like a casual thing that you even bring up in conversations. Like, yeah, basically, you know, Paris Hilton's just been sucking my dick or something like that. You know what I mean? It's peak, bruv. You can't say stuff like that. You know what I mean? You can't drop bombs like that in a conversation without giving an explanation.
Exactly, some context, like some background of what's going on.
Well, it's not even background, bruv, because, like, this is just a madness anyway. So, basically, that's going to be happening on, Sunday. So, this is, Friday? It's a madness anyway. And he's going to be working mad peak hours as well. Because, you know what this guy done, right? This guy had the audacity to leave a job and not line up a job afterwards. I mean, I respect the boss. The boss is the boss. But real talk, you don't do stuff like that, bruv. You have to line up a job and then you move on. You can't. But anyway, the worst thing.
I've done it before.
Okay, everyone's done it before. Like, you know, holy in a vow and all that crap. I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, it's like one of those ones where.
Out many a time.
But the whole thing is that apparently he's getting his old job back. So I don't know how to.
Fair enough.
But then saying that is like, I don't know. Could you go back to your old workplace?
Me personally, I could not. Like, once I'm out that door, just forget me in it. Like, don't even think about me.
That's peak. You are literally the black stereotype right now, Redacted. I ain't even gonna lie. Fingers up in the air whilst walking out the Ross Clark door, holding your dick with your feet. I don't know. Yeah, it gets to that point. Anyway, so like, you know, best of luck to the boss, as it were. You know.
Yeah, good luck, brother.
And hopefully, you know, it's like one of those ones where, you know, he comes out better for it.
Don't forget to plug the pod when you're on there.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Bradley, Mr. Bradley, you got a big up. Shunt and Redacted.
Exactly, Mr. Shunt your mouth.
Yeah, shut your mouth and know your role, blood. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, back to it. Yeah, so, first and foremost, like, we talked about Kanye West in, like, brief. For those that don't know, or those that are like listening to this podcast around about 6 months down the line, Kanye West has basically said slavery is a choice. Now, for me, it is a choice, but it's not the choice of the slave, innit? So, you know what I mean? Like, it's peak. Like, I don't know. The context, I think, got blown up because everybody's got to look.
Most of the time it does.
Yeah, because, like, at the moment, Kanye West is like, he's taken a weird stance with Trump. He's come out. He's got golden hair. Nothing's making sense.
Dude's been kind of weird for a while, though.
Yeah. Everyone's saying shit like sunken place this and all that stuff. And the worst thing about it is that when he said slavery's not a choice, I kind of got what he was saying because of what his track was before. It's like New Slaves or something, isn't it? So it's like one of those ones where he's been talking about it from a sort of ideology sort of point of view. So like, you know, where your mental space is at. Even Bob Marley's even said that, you know, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Not that we're going to get into the whole music thing. Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, bruv, it wasn't the case that it was a slip of the tongue or ignorance.
Yeah, but kind of like, man should know by now, like, even if what he said was said out of the best of intentions, like, if how we're taking it is not how he meant it to sound, like, he
it's
should
context,
know.
yeah,
he should know.
context,
like, people are going to take him out of context. You can't just be saying shit all the time. Like you can't be just tweeting out just mad shit all the time or whatever.
He is, though. That's the worst thing. It's like, contrary to popular belief. I mean,
that's
like...
what I'm saying. Like, you can't... Like, you need to watch yourself out here these days. Like,
yeah, it is. Saber-toothed tiger, bruv. Like, they'll call that Power Ranger Megazord on you, bruv. It's peak.
getting pulled up for shit they didn't even do.
Oh, this is it. I mean, like, you got loads. I mean, like, at the moment, it does seem like the media is sort of, like, attacking black entertainers. But black entertainers at this moment are wiling the fuck out, bruv. I mean, you got Fabulous knocking the front teeth out of his missus. You got freaking Bill Cosby, you know, finally getting sent down at the age of 85, and they're gonna prosecute him because he's been, like, you know, getting it in for a while, bruv. You know, pudding. He loves putting it where it don't belong, bruv. And I don't know. I mean, like, it's easy to laugh at it, but it's a serious thing, isn't it? Like, you know, you got all these movements and stuff like that. You know, the Me Too thing, the Black Lives Matter, and all this stuff, and it's getting to a messy place. Like, online is no longer safe. I remember where you could put filters on, bruv, and you'll be safe.
Was never safe.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, you could be whatever you wanted to be online before. Now it's like, it's super peak, bruv. Like, you say the one thing to the wrong person at the right time, and your career is effed. Like, it's funny. I find it funny anyway, because it's quite volatile right now. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Let's see. The first topic was Avengers, right? Marvel movies. Okay, so at the moment we're just going to do a chronological sort of like setup of, you know, what happened in each film. So, you know, contrary to popular belief, it didn't start off with Avengers 1. It started off with Iron Man. Then it went into...
That's not popular belief. I'm pretty sure everyone knows it started off with...
No. Some people just jumped on from Avengers, bruv. I know some ignorant people.
Yeah, but they must have known there was a film before that. Like, there's no way they thought Avengers...
Let's hope. Anyway, like, I'm just giving people the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, so webs, right? So if you jumped on, say, Avengers 1 or whatever, you've got Iron Man, you've got, Thor, you've got Incredible Hulk, and what else came out before that?
It's not quite the order, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So chronological order is Iron Man 1, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Cap. So, so you had 5 films before the Avenger movie, should I say. And then, like, you got 5 between the other ones. So I think they've actually kept it quite even. Is it like 5 each? 4.
Yeah, there's 4 in between, because after Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Winter Soldier, and then Guardians, and then Ultron.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So, I mean, like, yeah, so you got Ultron, and then the next phase, which is the one that we're in now, currently in, 2018.
There's Ant-Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spider-Man, Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity.
That's a lot. So, like, they've got, like, 7 in between, haven't they, by the sounds of it?
Yeah, because you got it's when the newcomers came in there, so that's when you got your...
Spider-Man got rushed, pushed forward in there.
Doctor Strange and your Spider-Mans.
Oh, no. I mean, I was actually looking forward to seeing something like a Doctor Strange 2 or Black Panther. A spoiler alert, if you watched Infinity War, then you kind of know. But, let's just imagine that we're completely ignorant and we believe everything that happened at the end of Infinity War. How does that really change the landscape?
We know people's going to get paid, so some people are coming back.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, like, everyone's coming back, I guess. Something's got to be undone, certain bits. I mean, there's only one after 6. I reckon that they should just finish films on time now. Because what we experienced at the end of Avengers Infinity War was ridiculous, bro. There was only one. No, there was only one. Like, you know, after scene, and it took time, bruv.
So yeah, but when you watch Iron Man for the first time, like that after credit scene was right at the end of the credits.
Yeah,
I had to see that film 3 times.
Yeah.
To see the after credit scene because I went in there the first time. I just watched the film like normal. Credits started. I left like a normal person.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I was a normal person, I left. Then I went home. I heard there was some after credit scene. I was like, what? I never saw nothing.
The worst thing about it is that you could have watched it on the internet, but you decided to go watch the film, bro. This is like you wanted to go. You just like the film, bro. You like the film, so don't even bother. Like,
maybe, yeah, I did like the film. I what?
The internet was popping. The internet was popping back then. So like that's how I got to see the last scene. I mean, I watched it in the cinema, and then I thought, you know what? I hear about the scene. Let's see if I can find it. I found it, and then blam, I watched it. And I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like, it's good to have a cliffhanger sort of thing, but they could have done that easily at the end of that film.
No, but the thing is, I don't really see.
I know it's a Marvel trademark now.
I don't really see them as cliffhangers. It's more of tease for the next film. They're more teases. And some of them aren't even teases. Like, some of them are just a little extra, like, whatever. Yeah. Like, at the end of...
I mean, in Galaxy 2 had loads of them. Like, a lot of them were nonsensical.
Homecoming was just like Captain America talking about patience and waiting and, like, the expectation of, like, something, and then you just get disappointed because you don't really get anything. Which was fucking funny.
Yeah, it's trolling. Which I appreciate.
I appreciate that shit.
I mean, the only thing that kind of, like, basically, for those that have watched Avengers... you know, turn the volume up. For those that haven't, turn the volume down for the next 5 minutes.
We want to start off with Iron Man first.
Okay, fine. All right, cool.
Work up to that shit, man.
Okay, fine. Little bit of
some foreplay, motherfucker.
All right, cool. A little bit of slap and tickle before we get to the middle. All right, fine. All right, so Iron Man. Well, that's what Tony Stark discovering that he has the scientific mind to cure his heart condition and, you know, save the world.
Weird way to say that.
Okay, so it's going to be super weird because I'm gonna just basically go through this for the exposition. Like, I'm just going to go wham.
Well, no, fuck that. Like, what did you like about Iron Man?
Iron Man 1.
Like, do you remember like how you felt when you first saw it, or like because like I feel like the Iron Man kind of like it set the stage for a new wave of type of comic book movies.
Not really. I mean, like.
I'm lying.
The only time I thought that it was serious is when I saw Incredible Hulk. I was like, rah. That was me anyway. I thought, rah, everything's connected, bruv. This is going to be mad.
That's weird because I feel like that film's underrated.
What, Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
It's my favourite film.
People don't rate that film. I wouldn't say it's my favourite film, but I like that film, man.
I mean, because
a lot of people don't even remember that that's a Marvel film.
Well, you know what? It's because, you know, I don't know, Bruce Banner isn't Bruce Banner. Like, because, you know, you see Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo at the moment is Hulk.
Yeah.
But, you know, Ed Norton is Hulk. Like, for the one... No, but... no, I can't pull it. It's like... There's a way of explaining it. So, where we saw the Incredible Hulk...
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you have to bypass the part about, you know, Abomination being so weird. But then I like that as well.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I
like Tim Ross Blonsky. Like, I enjoyed that. It made sense. It's like an aging like military guy.
Yeah, somebody that would take that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, who like sees this opportunity to get more power and to get more out of his body. Like as he says in the film, it's like having his experience in a younger, like in a stronger, faster body, like a body of a younger person. Like, if he could put his mind in the body of like himself like 10, 15 years ago or whatever, then like he's banging, he's off to the races. That makes sense. Like I like that theory.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's one of the better, like, because basically there's one thing within like the whole Marvel universe is that the first one they go up against a doppelganger, the second one they go up against somebody who,
but I feel like that's not really isolated to just the movies. like those characters exist. Like those are their villains.
Yeah, but it's
that's a comic thing.
I mean, because for me anyway,
comics
that's
love the flip side, like the coin, like the other side of the coin.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, it was sort of like I kind of got wary of it with the Black Panther sort of like comparison sort of thing, because basically, like Black Panther's going up against his main nemesis, and his main nemesis is sort of like somebody who's literally got the same values, but they're more skewed towards ending his sort of. I mean, like within the films. I'm not talking about Killmonger in the comic because that's a completely different character. But anyway, I digress. So Iron Man was cool. Then Incredible Hulk, which is my favourite one in the beginning. And then like you had.
Do you have any favourite scenes from Iron Man?
Iron Man. The Breakout, I guess.
The Breakout.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like the whole. Was it Ironmonger? Is it Ironmonger? Yeah, I didn't really like the whole angle of that. I kind of got it, but I didn't care. But in saying that,
character in general, or like.
I don't know. I mean, because I was a fan of the animated series, so I see Iron Man's main nemesis as like the Mandarin. So I don't know. At the time, I mean, obviously now they're amazing movies, but at the time I wanted it to be more, not fantastical, but leading up within that trilogy to a Mandarin showdown. What we got in Iron Man 3.
You kind of. Well, when I watched it, I kind of thought that was going to happen anyway, because you had like this dude and you had the group, like the 10 Rings. So I thought it was building up to Mandarin. Like I wasn't expecting them to just have Mandarin boom first.
Yeah.
But it should have built up to an actual Mandarin.
Yeah. I mean, either is webs, right? So that happened in Iron Man. Incredible Hulk. My favorite scene is the scene in that bit where they're on the bridge bit, where he's in the bridge and he hulks out. That's my favourite scene, where he's thunderclapping the tanks and all that stuff. I mean, the end fight is awesome. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. But in regards to the tension in that scene,
Bronski had his first dose.
Yeah, that's Super Soldier Bronski.
Yeah, so it was before he's full on
abomination.
But like he's stronger, faster, and he's able to hang for like a couple of seconds before he gets fucked up. Which also was funny, just gets kicked.
Yeah. The one thump. Like that's the reason why it's one of my favourite scenes as well. In regards to the next one's 4 I didn't really like. I ain't gonna lie. I like moments. I like the fact that they connected it to sort of like Asgard straight away. In regards to Loki or the Guardian, he didn't even fight Loki in the first one. There was the Guardian thing in it.
No, it was the Destroyer.
The Destroyer. So it's like meh. So that one's without saying anything. So, but then I like the whole fact that Thor was suffering in the beginning, because much like Joss Whedon is always indoctrinated. Buffy suffer, show good sort of thing.
Yeah, I liked all the Asgard stuff. Like the Asgard stuff and the Earth stuff, I kind of like separately. Yeah. It looked a bit weird when like you see like Thor's like buds like turn up on Earth.
Yeah.
That looked a bit weird, but like whatever. Yeah. Destroyer was a bit like shit or whatever. Like Loki was cool. Yeah,
I mean, Middleton's great. It's great.
And
casting's great.
Yeah, the casting in all the films have been great. I don't think there's really been any bum castings in the films.
Yeah, even with like the whole clangor with Ed Norton coming back in, it still made sense. Like Mark Ruffalo didn't seem so out of place.
No, yeah. I mean, I'd more think that maybe they shouldn't have got Ed Norton in the first place.
It's hard to say that. I mean, like, because
I don't think so, because like reportedly he's hard to work with anyway. Like he likes to rewrite scripts that he's in. So
but
like,
saying that, if he did do any rewrites in Incredible Hulk, he did it for the right reasons.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
But then it depends. This is the thing. This is it. We ain't seen the original script. We don't know what he actually added to that film.
Yeah.
So,
but like, I still feel like they could have still made a good film without him. Like he didn't make that film.
Yeah, I mean, it was the characters. It was the characters.
Yeah.
So let's see. Then it was Cap. Cap 1 was very slow and boring. I felt.
I liked it.
I liked it as well.
I liked it. I feel like it worked. Like
I mean,
for what it was, for making like a character that I had zero interest in, like made him interesting.
See, but then this is my thing. Like without Cap 1, you won't have Winter Soldier. So it's like it's one of those ones. So I liked the fact that everything kind of like that's one thing I do like about the Marvel thing is that the sequels usually tie up loose ends and. You know, when they're moving forward with the whole plot line of like, you know, what the Avengers are and all that stuff. It's always been a good thing. So, so then you had the Avengers, which is basically, you know, like bad meets evil meets okay meets average. You know, like the whole team gathers for the first time.
Yeah, that film, like, if Iron Man was like the beginning of like what these movies could be, like the Avengers was like the cherry, the stamp, like whatever it is that you need to be like, yeah, this is the authority, because like they had a lot of scenes in that film that I just wasn't expecting to see. Like previously in comic book movies, you see scenes.
You see everything in the one film.
No, but you see like watered down versions of what you're supposed to see.
Yeah.
So like you'll see a weird, like flight suit version of the Green Goblin, or you see,
you know, amalgamation character like in Blade. Like that was one thing that pissed me off. I mean, like everybody liked like, you know, Deacon Frost, whatever his name is. I mean, like, but that was like the common norm within like comic book films. Like they'll combine like 3 or 4 because they don't know whether or not they're gonna have like a sequel or whatever.
Yeah, but like, so like when you see the helicarrier for the first time, like it's just in water, and I just thought that probably be as far as they go. I wasn't expecting it to fly because that's like comic book movies up to then you wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't see that. Like you see,
but then
the
it was
in like shitty leather uniforms and not their proper their proper uniforms. So I wasn't expecting them when I was like, yeah, we better go inside. I was like, what? Shit's going down. Like,
the thing I weren't expecting was when Hulk went mad up in there. I was thinking like, this is like the whole budget, bruv. That's a film in itself. Yeah. Hulk going mad in the helicarrier, you know what I mean? But that was just like a mad scene. Like, so you had that.
Four on the wing of like the Quinjet. Like I like seeing that as well. That's like the classic comic book pose. Like it's just got so much stuff, and like like the fight at the end, fucking hell, like that blew my mind. Like when you see them actually like combining their abilities to fight through like this mass of fucking alien arseholes.
Well, this is the thing, and they're not alien arseholes, right? They're there to do a job. Right. This is another thing.
Not alien assholes.
No. They're invading on behalf of the Shikari, whatever, Skrull. They're meant to be Skrulls. I'm just going to say Skrull.
Yeah, well, it's the Ultimate Universe version of Skrulls.
And then, like, you know, you've got Loki being properly introduced to the fold as a baddie. Him sort of like murking people, going on ruthless, and then... Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a good film. Now, what happened next...
And to have a quarrel with a boot.
Exactly. Never, bro. So, in regards to the film that came out afterwards, what was the next one? It was Avengers, and then it was Iron Man 2, you mean?
2. No, Iron Man 3.
It would have been Iron Man 2, bro.
You skipped it. It was after Hulk.
Was it after Hulk? Oh yeah, Whiplash and all that, isn't it? I remember now. Well, Iron Man 2 anyway, I mean, I don't know. Just as a film, I thought it was pretty wishy-washy, but I don't know, I mean, like, because you had Whiplash.
There's some parts I liked, Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
that was good. Like, I definitely could have seen more of him.
Mm-hmm.
I did like...
What, Rourke? I could...
Whiplash is a good shit.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
What else did I like?
Oh, yeah, and the recasting of Warhammer, that happened in that one, didn't it? War Machine, sorry, my bad. God.
Kick you out of the club, bro.
Bruv.
Kick you right out of the club.
It's fine. I don't mind. I mean, to be fair, like, especially in Avengers, like, it just, I don't know, you know, War Machine, he gets on my nerves, bruv.
What do you ever do to you?
He's just annoying, bruv. He's just annoying. No,
What's the reason?
And the main reason why I said Warhammer as well, because isn't like he like the head of Hammer now? No, because in the comics his suit is built by Hammer, innit? No, in the film his suit is built by Hammer.
Yeah, in the film his suit has add-ons by Hammer. So he stole / was given the suit, and then
had adjustments.
The military gave him like Justin Hammer upgrades.
I don't know. So anyway, that's the main reason why I kind of casually glanced over that film. Anyway, so the one after that is what, Iron Man 3. Yeah. Iron Man 3 comes out after Avengers. Yeah. And then what happens? Well, Iron Man 3. I don't know.
It's, to me, like, it's an okay movie.
It's necessary for the evolution, but yeah, I don't think it was necessary for us to see that within the Avengers sort of scenario, because you had to basically show him become the robot. There's some cool scenes in there.
He doesn't become the robot.
Well, this is it. Like, that's another reason why I was disappointed with that film. You know, where he becomes the robot, and you know, because no, but in the comic books he becomes he becomes less sentient, more robotic. Yeah, because remember, like he becomes like devote of emotion.
No, because it's based on Extremis by
yeah.
I forgot who wrote it. Warren Ellis.
Yeah.
And it's not like he becomes more robotic. It's he ends up taking the Extremis, which kind of merges the man and the machine. Which, like, whatever. But, like, the film, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, it just made, for me...
I like Guy Pearce in there, but...
No, I hated Guy Pearce in that film.
Well, I thought it was unexpected because, you know, because he's meant to be like the fire guy.
He turned into a villain because he got left on the roof.
Oh, yeah, that was a bit rubbish.
On New Year's Day. It's like, look, like, I'm entertaining this honey, like, you know, like, give me some space. He's supposed to lie a minute, like, come catch me on another day, innit, or try catch my people or whatever. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna turn evil. I'm gonna turn evil and come back for revenge. It's like, nah.
To be fair, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's
if I turned evil every time I got stood up, like, there'd be problems.
I don't know, bro.
All you motherfuckers would be fucked up.
That's terrible. That's terrible news, bro. Anyway, so Iron Man 3, then Winter Soldier for me was like the best Captain America movie, only because it has just ridiculous amounts of action, bro. Like, it's relentless. Like, if you watch it now, it is absolutely relentless.
I could watch that film all day. Like, I think it is my favorite. I think it is my favorite because you've got great scenes, like the elevator scene. Where it's just like, man knows what time it is, and he gave them a chance as well. Just fucked them up.
Crossbones, bro.
Yeah, the introduction of Crossbones, but like...
gets murked in Ultron, so...
And then you got the thing of, the whole thing of like, Hydra's been hiding within Sheild.
Yeah, I love that.
Dope.
Yeah.
What else? The introduction of Falcon.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't care about Falcon.
Well,
Falcon can die, bro. Like if he basically got permanently axed,
Shut your mouth.
you shut your face, bro. Like the only reason why I don't like Falcon is because I find him. I don't know. I don't think he's weaker than say Winter Soldier or Bucky, whatever. But it's like
obviously he is weaker because he's just a normal person.
Yeah,
but he knows how to use them wings.
I know. But then saying that when he becomes,
but he don't give a fuck. Like he's got that attitude.
No. He hasn't got the I don't give a fuck.
He's down for his bro. Like he's got his back.
Yeah,
how you gonna be down on a man that's got another man's back? Come on, man.
Okay, fine. He's about that life. Okay, fine.
Exactly.
But I just as the character.
He even says that at the end of the film, like I go where you go, like down.
That's that Civil War anyway. That's not.
No, that's at the end of Winter Soldier.
No, not Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I can't remember that film.
Yeah, when they're at the end of the film, when they're at the grave, and like Nick Fury's like, yeah, I could do with your help, and he's like, no, I've got my own mission or whatever, and then he asks Falcon, he's like, I'll go where you go or whatever. So the end of that film.
Okay, fine. So Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my
4, man.
Huh?
You skipped 4.
Okay, that 4 comes out towards the end, isn't it?
You skipped 4 too.
Did I?
Yes.
That one. See, I don't like 4 2. A lot of people have criticised me for that because a lot of them saying, but it's Jane and the power and all that stuff, and it's like, yeah, she gets possessed.
No one cares about fucking Jane Foster.
Well, this is it. I don't care. For Ragnarok.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I said that I find surprising. That why?
I think it's because
no one cares about Jane Foster. Who are you talking to?
Well, like. It wasn't about Jane Foster. It was basically about the Dark Elves and it being a serious film and all that stuff. But then saying that,
I liking it.
I prefer 4 Ragnarok.
Yeah,
it's the right amount.
Yeah. Like there are bits I like in it. Like fine, like the Dark Elf, Malekith is not really all that, but like you get to see a bit more of Loki in it.
Yeah.
Like. There's the whole, I don't know, like you get to see like him and his mum like had a really close connection, and like I don't know, like Loki is not all bad. Like he's misunderstood.
He's misunderstood, but he's also evil.
He's not evil.
He committed genocide in Avengers 1, bro.
Maybe he tried to.
Yeah.
Who hasn't tried to take over a piece of turf that wasn't their own? Exactly.
Hulk.
People do all the time.
The Hulk, bro.
People do all the time.
The Hulk just wants to be left alone.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, unless you're reading Old Man Logan, where he becomes like a
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Or you're
maestro,
reading, exactly. Or when he becomes the maestro, exactly.
Yeah.
There's lots of times he tried to take over shit, and that's not his.
Fine. So you've done 4. You've done Guardians of the Galaxy. My favourite in regards to the introduction of characters. I felt it was a lot better than say the Avengers first movie, in some senses.
Yeah, but the
introduction wise.
Yeah, but the Avengers didn't need to introduce the characters because they'd already been introduced previously.
Yeah.
But Guardians did just introduce the group well. Like it flowed, like they're meeting up together.
And the soundtrack as well. The soundtrack, oh my god. Yeah. The soundtrack was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. So you've got that, and then you've also got, what's the other film?
Well, can't just say like the soundtrack's great, like what?
Oh, okay. I mean, I just like the fact that he had it was against some senses what the original ethos at the time in the universe was. Is everything was serious.
Yeah.
I like the fact that somebody like Star-Lord had a dark yet uplifting backstory. So obviously there's this cat, there's this like earthling / orphan.
They wanted to eat you, boy.
Definitely, with the reefers and all that stuff. So it was one of those ones where...
Never tasted terror before.
This is it. Like, it's a mad one. Like,
so many great characters.
I'm Mary Poppins Joe.
That's not till later, but yeah. So.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Rest in peace.
Figures to this guy. So yeah, you got that, and then let's see. You've also got
See, like that's like
the scene.
Like,
the scene with
DC needs to
the
take
dancer.
some notes. Like that's how you create a team and put them together in one movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Suicide Squad.
Well, yeah. Okay, we can't discuss that. We can't discuss that now. We'll do it in a sec.
Fucking Suicide Squad.
Okay, rest in peace, DC. But
whoa, that's a bit harsh. I wouldn't go in there.
They're dead, bruv. They're done. They're done.
Hey,
I mean, Aquaman. That's your last chance, bruv.
That might be good.
If Aquaman does not hit at least one cylinder of,
What about Shazam?
Did you hear the lightning the second time you said it? Nothing, bruv. Nothing. I've got nothing for Shazam right now. Like, in this universe, I have nothing for Shazam.
It could be really good.
I mean, I've been waiting for, like, The Rock being Black Adam and all that stuff.
You've ever seen. He's not even, I don't think he's in that film.
So they've lost that as well. There's no need for you to watch a Shazam film.
I think he's in that film.
I mean, I just don't get it.
He might cameo at the end, like, just turn up.
Maybe.
Be like, yeah, come watch the sequel.
Yeah, sequel's coming out soon.
Catch me in the sequel, yeah.
Catch me in the sequel. Because you've got, Shazam, you've also got... Because, I don't know, the magic characters in DC are a lot stronger than, the current roster, I reckon. In regards to character. I'm not talking about, powers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But in regards to, like, your Dr. Fate, your magician characters, whatever, which one you want to name, because I can't remember half of them. And then you've got, like, your malevolent Constantines, which obviously Vertigo, they could throw in, and, your Darks and all that stuff. But in a nutshell, back to Marvel, let's not get twisted. But what I reckon my kind friend was trying to say, it was a good introduction from, like, Guardians.
Yeah.
And then the next one down the line is...
Ultron.
Ultron, I think, kind of sucked.
I like most of it.
Me as well. I like Quicksilver. I thought it was a bit of a cop-out that they killed him off so soon.
I think they did that because of X-Men. So what I heard was, like, originally X-Men were going to have the Juggernaut in that scene. So, like, in that scene where they go to break out Magneto, they were going to use the Juggernaut. But I think they either heard, they knew that X-Men, that Marvel were going to use Quicksilver, and they changed their mind, or they just naturally changed their mind. And I think that Marvel didn't want to have, like, 2 Quicksilvers, so they just killed them off because they killed them.
I suppose.
Which is unfortunate because I think the character, like, the X-Men Quicksilver, the scenes look cool, like, whatever. Yeah. But, like, you've done it twice now. You that's it. Like, I don't really need to see that again. Yeah. Like, after once, really, it's just self-indulgent, like, bullshit. You're just wanking yourself off. Like, I think the character of Quicksilver in the Marvel film
so much
was
more
closer to actual Quicksilver in the comics, and 2, it was more interesting. Like, the other one, he looks fine, but, like,
I don't know. I mean,
about what he's doing.
I reckon now that the whole procedure of, like, Fox being taken over by Disney, whatever.
It might not happen.
It probably will.
It might not happen.
Probably will. Only because...
When I say it might not happen, I hope it doesn't happen, because, like...
Yeah, for the world of film, it's
you don't need that kind of... and I like Marvel films, but you don't need... And I would like the X-Men to go back to Marvel, but you don't need, like, mega companies. Like, companies are getting too big.
No.
Too big.
See, this is the thing. An idea that I have in regards to what Disney's created, which is basically like the world's... Well, the more recent example of a TV show format working well within film. So, you know, the reverse engineering of it all. Because obviously TV was obviously the first sort of medium that everyone saw, and then film sort of like was the sort of like byproduct of cinema. So I don't know. I mean, because obviously cinema came out before television, and then obviously things became more accessible and blah blah blah. But one thing that television always did was they had to create things that were serial. So you know, and also have people coming back for more. Like you can't show the same image over and over again. So in regards to the Marvel sort of aspect of things, I think, yeah, it was a great time to introduce such a concept, because nothing like that had ever been done. Nobody had the audacity to be that ambitious with a film series.
Yeah, I mean, like it went much further than I expected. Like when I was growing up, I always wanted. I just wanted to know that Batman and Superman were in the same universe. I didn't necessarily need to see them in the same film. Yeah. But I just wanted to know, like, and acknowledge that they existed, or like Spider-Man could know, like, and acknowledge that there's X-Men out there or whatever. I didn't necessarily need to see them in the same film. I just wanted that little acknowledgement, or just something to know that they just...
Yeah, but it's separating the brand, isn't it? If you're thinking of it from a sort of a marketing point of view, you don't want, say, I don't know, unfortunate byproducts. So people that don't like, say, Superman won't go and watch Batman because they don't want to see Superman. I know it's a minute sort of chance of that happening, but this is a sort of theory that they had back in the day, because there's people that used to watch Superman, and there's people that used to watch Batman on TV. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's one of those ones.
Yeah,
but
short-sighted.
It is very short-sighted, but DC are the most short-sighted.
Like, even now, I'm sure there's people that don't watch every Marvel movie. They just watch the ones they like.
Yeah. But I watched every single one because I'm a nerd. I'm fully aware of that. But in regards to, let's see, the next one down the line. So Ultron, I weren't really a big fan of.
I like some parts of it. I liked
I mean, I like scenes. I like the whole factor of Ultron being beaten up and, you know, created a sort of like you know, distance between.
Introduction of Claw was good.
Yeah, and that sort of like set up what's going to happen in like Black Panther and all that. But yeah, I suppose if you think of it that way, yeah, Age of Ultron did have a lot of like implications of like, you know, the whole universe and the way it was going to sort of like build up from that phase, if that makes sense. I mean, the thing I liked about Ultron was the whole angle that they used for Civil War. Because obviously, you know, you had Thunder Ross and all that stuff, and kind of being reintroduced. I mean, like, because obviously, like, those that are fans of the actual comic book of Civil War, it was actually done by mutants, that whole Sokovia thing. Like, I think, like, a new team or something like that went in and they just blew up a whole thing.
Yeah, the New Warriors.
New Warriors, yeah. And I don't think any of those characters were responsible for Civil War 2, but or any sort of similar sort of thing happened with them or something like that. What did Civil War 2 start off from?
Civil War 2 was about it was basically like Minority Report. So there was this actually he wasn't even a mutant, he was a what do you call him?
Inhuman?
Yeah, he was an Inhuman. And he could see the future or some shit like that. And yeah, he was basically telling them what was going to happen. And so they were basing like shit on that. Like the Hulk was going to like fuck shit up. So everyone went to go see Banner and be like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, so that's what basically Civil War was about. Civil War 2.
So, I mean, like, because does World War Hulk kind of exist? I mean, sorry if I do a little tangent, but the World War Hulk kind of like exist on that timeline already?
What, in the comics?
Yeah, in the comics.
Yeah, it was before.
So that's obviously canon within that universe sort of thing. So,
Like,
so Bruce Banner's already come back from Planet Hulk and all that stuff. He's lost his wife and...
Yeah, like Marvel Comics, they've pretty much been on the same timeline. They haven't done a DC thing and just been like, reboot, all this stuff didn't happen, or some of this stuff didn't
House
happen.
of M and all that stuff,
So, all of it's canon.
Alright, so you got that. So yeah, back to after what happened after Age of Ultron. So yeah, Civil War, Ant-Man. Yeah, I love Ant-Man. It was it was the departure from.
Baskin and Robbins always finds out.
Yeah, always, bruv. I can't even remember that reference, bruv. Why?
How can you not remember that reference, man?
Oh man,
it's like the first reference in the film.
Oh man, I need to watch it. I mean, I'm gonna review. Well, I'm gonna rewatch it anyway because obviously Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out, so I'll probably be more sharp on that sort of thing. Yeah. But I mean, like in regards to those two films,
Ant-Man was fun.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a bit different. It also stands alone.
Yeah, it does and it doesn't. I mean, like for me.
Yeah, but all of them don't do when they don't because they're connected. So
yeah.
So like, there's that. But then
because I was kind of upset that they decided to bypass Hank Pym and just go straight to Scott Lang.
I was at first when I first heard about it, but then afterwards when it came out, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's not like I didn't have massive ties to Hank Pym. I just thought, for me.
I mean, well,
Ultron
this is the thing.
Ultron in the comics is always a Hank Pym thing.
Yeah, it's creation of Hank Pym.
I guess in the universe they've created, it makes sense it being Iron Man because he's fucked everything up. Like
he's responsible for everything.
Is down to Iron Man.
Yeah, yes and no.
Not yes and no, just yes.
I don't know. I don't necessarily want to blame Starkey for. The whole invasion. No, the whole invasion of, say, Thanos. Thanos had an agenda anyway.
Fine, that's not specifically his fault, but Ultron's his fault. What else? I swear there was something else.
Well,
I swear something else was his fault.
Civil War was his fault.
Yeah, Civil War's his fault. Civil War is his fault, like, mostly, because it's like, look what happened. Like, look what happened to Sokovia.
Yeah.
Like, we need to put you motherfuckers on the leash. And it's like, yeah, I'm down. Like, I'm gonna sign the Sokovia Accords. But it's like, you started shit.
Yeah.
It's like some woman come up to you in a building. She's like, oh, my son died. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but you caused that shit. You caused that shit.
Yeah.
Why am I
creating
paying for
Ultron,
shit that you caused?
Yeah. I mean, like, it kind of like. It made less sense in regards to like comic book wise, but I did like the angle that Tony Stark is like this. Well, he's not out of touch superhero, but like he's quite oblivious to his consequences.
Yeah.
I like that, but then he's always got a backup plan.
Not oblivious, because he does understand it's his fault, but he kind of makes everyone responsible for shit he did, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Because if I do something, I don't expect you to have to pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I mean, obviously, the original Sokovia report was just basically a mutant registration scheme, innit? So they had to basically make it apply to that universe, and that's the only way I reckon that it kind of made most sense.
Yeah, true, but it's just a bit weird that one person like fucking out for everybody. I mean, I guess that's how they make laws now anyway in real life, so I shouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah.
Because it's always like laws are made basically like because a few people fuck it up.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to pay.
Definitely. So you've got that, and then you've got what else?
Civil War's after that.
So Ant-Man and Civil War. Then what's the one after that?
Strange.
Yeah, I liked Strange. A lot of people didn't like it. Main reason why I liked Strange is because of the introduction of what magic is in the Marvel universe, which is basically like, you know, unrecognized technology, you know.
Yeah, well, that's
It's
more of a Thor thing. Like, magic in Doctor Strange is more...
It's more occult, I guess. Devils and demons and, you know.
I mean, maybe, but that stuff wasn't really introduced in the film.
It was. It was at the end, didn't it?
Devils and Doctor Strange.
Well, was it Mephisto? It mashes up Mephisto and it gives him the...
No.
Yeah, he does.
Where's Mephisto in the film? No.
At the end.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he gives him the sentiment of time. Like, he uses Agamotto on him.
That's not Mephisto.
Who's that then?
That's, what's his name, isn't it? That's not Mephisto, that's fucking... Flamehead, what's his face?
Dormammu?
Yeah.
Is it Dormammu?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Mephisto's more Ghost Rider, ain't he?
Kind of. I mean, kind of, as in, as far as in, like...
He's the main one he rucks against.
Yeah, kind of. But he kind of goes across all the Marvel characters.
I suppose.
So he fucks up shit all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Maximum Carnage, like, a lot of the time. Do you remember that?
No.
Well, not even Maximum Carnage, the animated series where he enlists the help of Venom and Carnage to fill souls so he could come over from the negative realm or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
That was like a main thing as well. That was weird. Anyway, so you got that, and then...
I also liked Doctor Strange.
I know, yeah.
I did like...
I mean, cultural appropriation aside, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
It should have been. It should have been an old Chinese dude.
It's too late. Yeah, but it's too late. Like no matter what they did, like someone was gonna be upset.
Yeah.
Like you know, it is what it is. It's based on a character that was created in like the '60s. So like it's too late. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's too late. Like that character already exists. It's too late to what do you call it? Course correct and be like, well, no, we just make him Chinese. I mean, I guess you could. Well, again,
So was it originally a female, a white female? That was the.
Oh, were you talking about the ancient one?
The ancient one.
Yeah, of course not. Of course it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, so for me, it's like meh. So you got that, and then who else?
Guardians 2.
Guardians 2. Guardians 2, I always felt it's great, like, because I like the actual story, but in regards to the build up towards Infinity War, not so much necessary. But in saying that, I did like the fleshing out of what Star-Lord's character was, you know, giving him a bit more drama.
Yeah, but not even just, it wasn't even just Star-Lord. Like, you get to see like a bit more of what Rocket's about.
Baby Groot as well.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really, like, he's there and he's a definite plus point, but like it's not really like in-depth character stuff like you get with Rocket, like you get with
Drax.
No, not Drax.
Gamora.
Because there's a lot of stuff with her sister Nebula in there, and also
Mantis as well.
Mantis is introduced, fair, but what you get with what's his name? Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, yeah, the Reavers. The Reavers. D begins with D. Doesn't begin with D. All I remember is the whistle guy. Because he doesn't do that much speaking, he just whistles.
But he's awesome though, so I should remember what his name is.
Well, basically Merrill. Merrill, that's how I saw it. Blue Merrill.
Merrill. Space Merrill.
Space Merrill. Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, God. Okay, we should really research that. But yeah, that guy, great. I mean, it's kind of sucked that he dies. But it's necessary, I guess. Character development.
It wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
I mean,
seeing Sylvester Stallone in the film was cool.
I guess, but like, it wouldn't have changed if he wasn't in it.
Adam Warlock, being semi-introduced.
Yeah.
That was alright.
Those guys were fun. Like, their whole, like, they're playing a computer game kind of thing. Like, they're controlling their ships.
Yeah.
Like, drones. That was cool.
Drone
like,
strikes,
like, that was kind of cool.
That was alright.
Kurt Russell was cool.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's always cool. This is the worst thing. It's like Kurt Russell in any film, even if it's rubbish, like Death Proof. Like, I don't care what anyone says, that was shit, bruv.
It was fine.
Shit.
It was fine.
Shit. It was the same film twice. It was the same film twice, but with different endings. Huh?
I was at the same film twice.
They do the same, like, don't you remember Death Proof? Like, they did the same thing, and then, like, there's the revenge from, like, well, another group of ladies that he sort of entraps. So you see him trap the first lot, and it's like a little mini film, and then it's like, it's the same film, but with a different ending. Twice.
Yeah, but, like, you can say that about any film.
No.
Any film where there's some dude, and, like, you see his modus operandi first, and then you see him get his come up, and you can always say that's the same film.
Okay,
twice.
fine, waves. Well, Death Proof we'll probably come back to, because I want to sort of like talk about Kill Bill and all that stuff, and Quentin and all that stuff next, I guess. Okay, back to the old Marvel lineup. So we've done, what was it? Infinity? No, not even Infinity. We've done Guardians 2. What else was there? Spider-Man. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I did like Homecoming. Obviously, there was a lot of hype coming off the back from Civil War. You know, first time we've actually seen a Marvel Universe version of this Spider-Man that we've been, you know, waiting for. This is the Spider-Man that we was waiting for.
Yeah. And I didn't even know I was waiting for this version, but yes.
I mean...
Finally.
Well, this is it. It came as a great, a nice surprise. The fact that, you know...
That's an understatement. It was a massive surprise. I never would have thought they would have been able to, like, get their shit together.
Yeah.
And make a deal with Sony.
I mean, the next one after that was sort of like, you know, the most unreasonable fanboy sort of request after that was X-Men in Avengers, obviously, and that's... which kind of seemed more realistic.
That would have been too much. It would have been too much. Like, maybe if there would have been, like, one X-Men man.
Yeah.
X-person.
Yeah.
I mean... They might have, but, yeah, like, like, you could have never had a deal, like, a similar deal for, like, the X-Men, because then you're saying, like, to Fox, like, we're taking the X-Men off your table, because that's what they done with Sony, like, Spider-Man's off the table.
No, not really. I mean, Spider-Man can still be...
I don't care what they say. No, because you can't make those two things happen. Like, once you've got Spider-Man in the Avengers, you can't then have Spider-Man turn up in Venom or Black versus White or whatever, Silver or whatever the fuck they want to call their Silver Sable Black Cat movie that they're trying to make. They wouldn't be trying to make shit like that if they could use Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. I mean, that being said, I mean, it's one of those ones where I agree and I disagree with the whole Venom thing.
Always.
I mean, like, I want to see an R-rated Venom film. I don't think that could exist within the Marvel universe.
Maybe. I mean...
It's the same thing with Deadpool. Like, I like Deadpool on Fox for that reason.
I don't need to see a Venom film. I don't need to see a film where Venom's the protagonist.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... Unless you're talking Agent Venom, and Agent Venom doesn't need to be R-rated.
Yeah, that could be PG-13.
Yeah, like, it's not necessary. Like, I don't need to see...
But you do need to see Eddie Brock or some form of Venom beforehand. Like, you can't just jump straight into Agent Venom because there's no...
You can.
I don't think you can.
If you can jump into Venom with no Spider-Man, then you could just jump into Agent Venom. Like, once you've decided that all bets are off...
Nah, but with Agent Venom, that kind of ties more into what I think would be... moving forward, the whole Spider-Man mythos in... no, because you need Sheild. That's the thing. Like, you need Sheild.
You don't need Sheild. You just need...
For Agent Venom, you need Sheild.
just
who's he working for then? What, CIA?
Exactly. Any government agency. It could be like anything. Like, it could be OGA. Like, it doesn't need to be a specific. It doesn't need to be Sheild.
I reckon it does. I mean, only because of the context. Because I don't know. I don't know Flash Thompson. Look, basically, you have to understand that Flash Thompson isn't Spider-Man's friend. He's his enemy.
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. When you boil it down to like its basic parts, you have alien or scientific thing.
Yeah.
That's going to combine with a dude who can't be in the military anymore because he got his legs blown off. Like, you don't. Again, like,
yeah, but this one, I think you have to see
Spider-Man off the table. Like, it doesn't really matter what you do.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, either. I think that this Venom film, anyway, it could possibly be good.
I don't think it looks good.
I mean, I
think I said that before, but
well,
doesn't look good.
It's one of those ones where
I'd like to be wrong. I'm probably right.
But this is it. In order for it to be an R-rated Venom, which is obviously like. It depends if you're a fan of the Venom comic or you're a fan of the Venom antagonist in Spider-Man. You're gonna either.
Who's a fan of Venom, the protagonist? Like, no one cares.
I care only because of Carnage. Like Carnage.
So what?
Well, this is it. Like, it depends. I mean, like I like the whole symbiote clone thingy jiggy, whatever you want to sort of wrap that era of
like
it.
All of it wrapped up in like a Spider-Man bow. Like, if you're going to take Spider-Man off the table,
it's pointless. It is pointless.
It's not necessarily pointless, but then you might as well do what you want to do. You might as well just go with your best story and what's going to put bums in seats. And like, I feel like you have a better chance of doing that with an Agent Venom than just like Venom Lethal Protector. Like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I was thinking like,
I like the casting.
I'm pretty sure.
I do like Tom Hardy as Venom, but I reckon
like Tom Hardy. I'm not sure I like Tom Hardy as Venom.
Yeah, I mean, and the only reason why is because it's. I don't know. I think he's done way too many superheroes anyway. Like,
no, he hasn't.
Yes.
If you're going to talk about like who's done like Chris Evans he's been in the most.
Yeah, yes.
No one's been in more comic book / superhero films than Chris Evans.
Samuel Jackson.
Even Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson's been in way more.
Nah.
Yeah, yes.
No way.
Yes.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, bro.
Like. Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
He's been in Spirit. If we're going to count. Are we counting comic book films or comic-based films?
Comic, both.
All right. Unbreakable series, Glass and all that, because Glass is coming out next.
I wasn't even. No, you can't. No.
Okay,
no.
so you're excluding Glass then?
No, like when you say comic-based films, I'm talking like films that are not necessarily superheroes, but they're based on like real comics, not just like they're based on theory.
Okay, so far, you've
alright, no, you know what? Fine, throw in Glass and Unbreakable.
Glass, Unbreakable,
yeah.
Jumper. What else? Samuel's also been in. It's another superhero.
You can count. What's that through?
Well, Star Wars. It's been in Star Wars.
You can't count that.
Yeah, you can.
There's a Star Wars comic, but the film came first.
Yeah, but then you've got Clone Wars, this series. Mace Windu was actually specifically made for Samuel Jackson.
So? It's not based on a comic. It's based
okay, so we're excluding that.
That's definitely getting excluded.
Okay, fine. And, so Spirit, he's made some really bad ones, hasn't he?
Pretty sure that's it.
Because obviously you've got like the Marvel. He hasn't been in a DC film.
No.
Yeah, because that was Morgan Freeman. Yeah, we can recognise the difference in blackness.
The film was Morgan Freeman.
Batman, isn't it?
Oh, DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Evans has been in way more.
Okay, what? He's been in what? Push? He's
Push, Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer's not a comic book film.
It's based on a comic.
It's based on a comic, but then you said...
What then?
You're saying that Star Wars doesn't count, so it's like...
No, because Star Wars is based on a film series. Snowpiercer is
but it's
based
also
on a comic.
Okay, so... Push...
Clearly different.
So, Push, Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Losers.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Obviously, Captain America.
Cap. That's it.
Shit, I know there's more.
No, that's it.
Nah, there's more. Push. Snowpiercer. Fantastic Four. Losers. Scott Pilgrim. He's in it.
Okay, fine.
What?
Isn't Samuel Jackson in that as well?
Nah.
Anyway. Yeah, you got that.
I think that might be it, but he's beat Samuel L. Jackson.
No. Samuel's been in a lot more.
Nah, he has not.
Yes, bro.
Nah.
Because he's been in like...
Just from the head count, Chris Evans wins.
Okay.
Head count versus head count.
Okay,
no
so,
research.
Okay. Back to the case at hand. How far have we got? Spider-Man. So Spidey.
Vulture was great.
Yeah. Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was great. That bit in the car, it was tense.
Which one?
When like
Tony Stark in the car?
No. Oh yeah. No, not that bit. When that is a quite a good observation. Actually, like
two car scenes with
yeah, where it's like shit went down. Like it was quite yeah. That makes sense.
Don't use the suit sort of thing.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do anything I would do. But yeah, no. But that in
obviously
the
that
with the Vulture when
he
realizes
realizes
who he is, and he's realizing that he knows, and it's just that Liz Allen is just sitting in the back, like just doing her stupid schoolgirl shit, and it's like shit's getting peak right there in the car.
Yeah. That subcontext was peak, bro. It was peak, bro. I'm trying to think what other film is kind of similar to that. The only thing I would say is similar to that is probably what, Seven. Yeah, with the car scene.
When they're on the way to find out what's in the box.
Yeah. I mean, in regards to sort of
I need to see Seven again because like when I first saw it, I didn't like it. But I feel like I didn't like it because like he just gave himself up in the end.
Yeah, but it's only because he wanted to.
I need to see it with like an older head.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a good film. I mean, if you are going to watch any sort of Brad Pitt film, I would say, 7, 12 Monkeys. I mean,
12 Monkeys was the film where I was like, yeah, I actually do like Brad Pitt. All the other films he was in before that, I was like...
Yeah, it's just heartthrob nonsense, isn't it?
Just not into this dude. Like, But 12 Monkeys changed the game. Man was acting in that film. Like, he does like quite... Like, he does manic well. Yeah.
Doesn't do it that much anymore.
Nah, he should do it a bit more often. But yeah, he does manic well. You know, man knows how to do manic.
You got that. So Spider-Man, that's on my head. And then what came out after Spidey? Ragnarok. Yes. I love the fact that they combined, Planet Hulk and sort of like a Thor storyline.
Yeah, it made sense. Like I like where they're kind of going with like let's just do team up movies.
See, I'm on the fence about that. I mean,
I'm definitely not on the fence.
The only reason why is because some team up movies just won't work.
Yeah, like, they can do ones that do work.
Yeah.
Like obviously, be selective about it. Don't just throw people into movies together for the sake of it. But like, it definitely adds like a different dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, Avenger-wise, anyway.
You can play around with like whose villains you're going to put in the films. You can play around with like obviously like the dynamics between the two characters. I mean, like, and you're not going to have people crying about oh, where's Iron Man in this film? Or, oh, why is Spider-Man turning up to save the day? Or whatever. It's just like, fuck off, they're busy, isn't it? Like, what, man can't be doing something else?
No. Well, I mean, like, well, this is it. It's like, in regards to team-up movies, obviously, Iron Man and Spider-Man, that kind of works.
I don't think so.
Well,
I mean, it worked in the context of Homecoming because Iron Man's not in the whole film. But as like, I don't think it works because they're just too.
Yeah, the age
like
gap.
Their mode of transport is too different for a start. Like you can't have some guy flying around and some guy swinging around for the whole film. Like it's too separate. Like it's not. And then like Iron Man's blasting stuff, and then like Spider-Man's punching stuff.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, like they kind of got around that with Infinity War. Anyway, we'll get up to that. Anyway.
Kind of, but then like there's more to it than just them two in the film.
Yeah. There's more things going on, more moving parts. So yeah, after Ragnarok had so many classic moments. Anyway,
Goldblum was great.
Yes,
like, he was
perfect.
Level 11, like he had Goldblum turned up to 11 in that film. It was nuts. Like Loki and Thor, like their relationship was turned up to 11. It's like, I don't know, like it's not like you always got the sense that they were like brothers. Yeah, they had like a brotherly relationship, but like it was cemented. Like they were proper. Like there was no. I mean, there was a little bit of like arguments and like Loki tried to screw him over and stuff like that.
You electrocuted him and everything.
But like, you still kind of got the sense that they were brothers. Like they did it well. Valkyrie was awesome in that film. Yeah. Korg was fucking amazing.
Wait, did Valkyrie leave with like? Correct me if I'm wrong.
She did. I know what you're gonna say. She did.
She did.
She did.
So in Infinity War,
is she dead? No, I don't think she's dead.
And she didn't get involved.
I think in the film, Thor says that Thanos slaughtered half his people. So I think that maybe half of them might have left
or evacuated
before like what we see starts. So there's that. That's a possibility. So hopefully, like Valkyrie was on there and Korg was on there.
Yeah.
You know, like they escaped in the ship or whatever. Because I'd like to see those characters again. I'm like they shouldn't be dead. Like you killed the Warriors free in Ragnarok, so like he needs some new buddies. So Korg and Valkyrie are like good replacements.
Yeah, definitely. So you got that.
Hela was fucking great.
Yes.
She was great.
Kate Blanchett.
She was fucking awesome.
Definitely.
She was so like menacing but regal and just beautiful and deadly. Like it hit all the buttons. Like I'd risk it.
What?
I would risk it.
Full blown.
Yeah, man.
That's more than a bobbit, bruv.
Don't give a fuck.
That's pain.
I'd risk it.
I couldn't.
I'd risk it for all the biscuits, bruv.
That's horrible, bruv. That is a horrible image. I don't know. I mean, Scourge probably got up in that.
I think he would have tried, but she'd be like, nah. You're not on my level.
Nah, but it's like...
Actually, she would have done it for kicks, like, because she was bored, she had nothing to do, but...
Yeah, but that, and like, she ain't had a Saturn for, what is it, hundreds of years?
Yeah, probably that as well.
Just that attention, bruv.
Yeah, that, like, just got out of jail, fuck it.
Yeah. Needs that touch. It's kind of crazy.
I'd definitely be down for that.
I couldn't do it. It's damnation. Anyway, so you've got that, and then I don't know. Then Ragnarok, and then obviously Black Panther. Obviously done extremely well. I mean, it's part of Marvel's $2 billion assault on the cinematic universe.
You can't even say that because they're not even finished yet. Like,
I know.
We saw Infinity War the other day, and like it was the third time I saw it, and so I took a little toilet break, and there were people watching Black Panther while we were watching Infinity War. So both those films are still making money. Crazy amount
of money.
It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. And you still got Ant-Man and the Wasp to come out this year as well.
Damn. It's like...
And this is the year of Marvel, man. They're making all the bucks.
Yeah, I mean, like, to the point that they're buying Fox for kicks.
Maybe. Like, why are we back on this? Like, it's not going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
I mean, worst case scenario, they can buy... I mean, I reckon what they should have... what I reckon they confront them with was just sort of like, we just want the Marvel properties back.
Yeah, but when you're buying, you don't get to choose what you're buying. Like, I can't come to your house and be like, yeah, let me buy this, this, and this, and I don't want the rest. Like, you turn around and say, no, you got to buy the whole house. It's like, fair enough.
Yeah, but everyone else is going to get dash away. Like, but this is the thing, it's like, in regards to Fox, I like the fact that, I don't know, they have the whole impartial bit. Because, like, just imagine this, right?
Impartial to what?
No, I'm just saying in regards to sort of like cinematically, like, or even television-wise. Not, Fox News and all that shit. That's just the next madness. But...
What, you like that they're not connected?
They're not connected, so they're able to do stuff with...
That's fair enough, because...
Do stuff with the properties.
The X-Men don't necessarily need to be... Like, the X-Men universe is big enough so that they can be their own universe.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be like a stupid Sony thing where it's like they've got one character and you think you can build a universe with one character. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
This is why I feel like what they're doing with their fucking Black and Silver and their Venom movie, why it's not going to work is they don't even understand what the fuck it is that they're trying to do. You can't make a universe with one character. Like, that's not a universe. That's just fucking spin-offs. Like, you're not making any sense.
I mean, the only way I reckon that, say, Sony could, deal with the remaining Marvel properties would be to...
Well, they've just got Spider-Man. Sony's just got
No,
Spider-Man.
they've got Spider-Man and Spider-Man verse.
No, see, you're making the same mistake they're making. Alright, no, they don't have Spider-Man because that's with Marvel. But...
No, it's on lease. It's on lease. It's still on lease. It's on lease.
Yeah, but like, while Marvel's making movies with Spider-Man, they're not going to use it. So they're just going to use his tertiary characters. And it's like, no, it just don't make sense. You can't make a universe with just one set of characters. Like, that's not a universe. X-Men's a different story because the X-Men universe is made up of like a lot of like prime characters, and you have tertiary characters, and you've got like different factions. Like, you've got stuff going on Earth, and you've got like the space characters as well. Like, there's stuff you can do that's not just going to be trying to stretch out one set of characters.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like, for me, the only
Venom don't work by himself.
Well, Venom and his symbiotes.
Black Cat don't work by itself. Like, DC tried to make a Catwoman film by itself, it didn't work. The same thing is going to be with Black Cat and fucking Silver Sable. Like, it's not going to work.
So Silver Sable, I can't remember what she actually does.
She's like a mercenary or like a government operative or some fucking bullshit. Who cares? Who cares?
No one. I don't know. It's a bad situation to be in if you own properties. I mean, personally, I reckon that anything Marvel should just be all consolidated, because you can't. It's like a bad hand in poker. Like, you can only play what you've been dealt. And in regards to that hand in particular, in this, story-based narrative movie universes that are coming out, it's a shit hand to hold. Like, at the moment, because you've only got Venom.
Yeah, but you would never have said that 10 years ago. Because, like, look at it. Like, Sony's got Spider-Man, and Fox has X-Men and all the associated characters, and Marvel...
No, they own the word mutant.
Like I said, associated characters. I mean, it's not just mutants, because that still includes Shire, the Skrulls, the
Fantastic Four.
Exactly, Fantastic Four. So it's not just mutants. it's a whole like bag of characters. So like, you would have never said that 10 years ago. Like,
yeah, because that's when we was in separates. Yeah, that's where we was thinking separates. Like,
yeah, but you would have thought like Marvel had the shit hand because who were they left with? Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, characters no one gave a shit about.
No, and even Incredible Hulk, I think that's Universal.
It was. And I think they still actually hold the rights to solo Hulk films. But yeah, like Marvel had the shit hand, and they played a shit hand well. Like they played a shit hand like a pro, and like Fox has got a fucking full house, and they managed to lose. Like,
well, they lost on certain properties, but in regards to sort of like Deadpool, they're winning. Wolverine, the last one, Logan, winning.
Yeah, so what's that? 1 out of 3?
1 out of 4.
1 out of 4.
1 out of 5, 6, 7. 1 out of 7. Actually, the Wolverine wasn't that bad. Wasn't great either.
Some of it had good parts, but it was a terrible piece of shit.
Yeah, that's because.
Wait, the Wolverine.
The Wolverine. Compared to Wolverine.
Fucked up in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay up until the end, and it was just like, what the fuck he did? Like,
it's just stressful. Oh my God. I just remember like there's a lot of stress when I was watching that film, the Wolverine. I mean, Logan, generally a great comic book film. Like, if
it's fine. I feel like that film's overhyped.
Like, no. I mean, like in regards to the narrative, you know, you've got
it's
like
it's an alright. No, you know, there's things that just take that film down for me.
Yeah, like, because you can't do full-blown Old Man Logan.
No, you can't, and I was never expecting that. I was never expecting full-blown Old Man Logan because they just can't do it. They don't have the characters. But like, there's things, if you take it away from being a comic book movie and you just look at it as a film, there's things in that film that knock it down a couple of notches for me. And if I try and look at it as just a comic book movie, there's also things in that film that knock it down a couple of notches for me.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not a great film. That's why I feel like it's overhyped.
All right. I mean, I think what makes it...
The performances are good. The performances are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what holds that film together. But if you're talking like straight storyline, it's not all that.
I don't know. I mean, I think it was the most solid Fox project. So in regards to that, it was an achievement.
Yeah, but that's not saying much.
I know.
That's not saying that much.
I mean, like, because there's so many X-Men things. I ain't even going to call them films because films have plot and structure and, you know, character development and all that stuff. So in regards to what they done, in regards to that whole mess of an X-Men universe that they've got right now, absolutely hilarious. Deadpool.
They might not even come out. Like, if the
well,
if they're lucky, if the deal goes through, maybe Dark Phoenix might come out, but New Mutants is pushed back so far that film might not even come out. That might not even see the light of day.
Is that the horror one?
Yeah.
It goes without saying. I mean, Legion as well is annoying. I mean, most of the Fox freaking TV series are annoying.
People like Legion. I like Legion.
I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it.
Why?
It's just boring, bruv. It's boring. Like, considering, like, the fact that, I mean, like, those that are unfamiliar with the character Legion, he's like an omega level mutant. So, like, it's all up in his head. That's all that you're watching. It's the shit that's in his head. And I get that because that's what the comic was about. But it's just boring, bruv. Like, I just don't care. I don't care that much about this guy. I mean, like, because the worst thing about it is that when you're watching a comic book character, you do like development, you do like depth of character and all that stuff, but you also want to see them kicking ass. Real ass, not the ass inside his head. Standard. That's me anyway. I mean, like, Legion for me could have been great. I mean, a lot of that's like, stuff about the yellow guy or whatever the guy is. Like, is it Shadow King? Is it Shadow King? Whatever he is. That could have been explained in one episode. I didn't have to watch a whole entire series.
Nah, man. You need to draw these things out.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Because Legion does a lot, bro.
That's how you build stakes. You give shit time to
There was no stakes involved, bruv.
Of course there was stakes.
Straight up vegan. Straight up vegan diet, bruv. Is pain. There's no recognizable characters other than this guy in Legion.
What? You don't need recognizable
Yes, you
characters.
do. Yes, you do. If you own that part of the...
you can't enjoy something unless you recognize someone that's in it.
No.
Exactly.
All I'm saying is that if you've got Professor X's son in a team, have Professor X do a cameo. Say hello. How you doing, son? Have a little father-son relationship. That might be cool. If he doesn't have a father-son relationship, include that. Just mention it. Don't ignore it.
Yeah, but he has a father.
Is that going to be the big reveal in season 2? Is that the thing? It's pointless, bruv. I tell you that, it's pointless.
It's not pointless.
You could have explained all of that in 25 minutes. The whole entire thing, 25 minutes.
That's too quick. You can't rush these things.
You can, bruv.
You have to let them breathe.
No, bruv.
Give them space.
Legion.
Let it be its own thing.
Legion, like, how can I put it? You could have dedicated 20 minutes of your hour-long episode to the stuff that's going on inside his head. It didn't have to be a whole... What is it, 4 episodes?
It did, because that's the character.
No, bruv. It was shit.
Yeah, then that character's not for you. Put it down. Put it down, walk away, man.
I enjoy the comic. I just don't enjoy the TV series.
Nah, I don't believe you enjoy the comic.
Bruv, I read the comic, so... I mean, like, I like deep... Like, there's this new, like, Netflix thing out called Happy. That's cool as hell, bruv.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I found out that it was a graphic novel before. And, it's done by the guy who arguably wrote one of the best Supermans and one of the best sort of Batmans and all that stuff, Grant Morrison.
Yeah.
So...
He even worked on X-Men, I believe.
Yeah, early X-Men sort of thing. I say early, early in his career, X-Men. A couple other Marvel bits. But yeah, this Happy, I recommend it to people. Just imagine this. This is like the quick fixer, as it were. A guy... Elevator pitch. A guy sees the imaginary friend of his daughter, right? And his imaginary friend of his daughter is leading him to his daughter because his daughter's been kidnapped by some crazy guy that's dressed up as Santa Claus.
Okay.
And then that's crazy enough. Then
what's his beef?
Huh?
Santa Claus. What's his beef?
Bruv, it's not even Santa Claus that's got the beef. It's mad. Like, when you watch it, it's mad. It's like Santa Claus is like just trying to like he's got a job to do. So like he's like similar to what a hitman is. He just like holds people.
Okay.
And there's loads of bits and pieces that sort of like drum up within it. But yeah, it's really, really cool. I recommend it to people. Really fun as well. Very, very, very visceral. And I mean visceral. People are inserted with stuff, twisted stuff. There's a lot of violence, a lot of needless violence as well, which is probably the only type of violence that you want in a comic book film. But yeah, Happy, really, really messed up.
Alright, considering that you don't like Legion, can people trust your recommendation?
Yes. With a stamp of approval. Like, Happy versus Legion. Like, the worst thing about Happy as well is that it's on Netflix, right? As a Netflix original. Yeah. And then in the credits, it says it's a sci-fi original. So obviously, us watching in the UK, we're just getting mad mixed images because we've got Sci-Fi Channel over here.
Yeah, I've seen that on a couple of Netflix shows.
But it's like, it's mad. It's confusing, bruv.
Yeah, I need to look into like what they're doing because a couple of bits they're saying are Netflix originals, but you can.
No, because I understand territories, isn't it?
Else.
Like it's a Netflix original in the UK territory.
I think if you've just but I don't think that should allow you to say it's a Netflix original. It's misleading because you haven't made the show. You just have the rights to show it.
Yeah.
In that territory.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't think it's right for them to do that. I think it's some shenanigans going on.
Yeah, cardboard shenanigans, bro. Fold away. But anyway, you got that. What was the last film? Bro, Black Panther, really good.
Yeah, Claw was good. What do you mean? You didn't like Claw?
Yeah.
He was Claw turned up to 11. A lot of people were turned up to 11 in this episode. Claw was one of them.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the most cool part about Black Panther was, I would say, the car chase scene. For me, anyway. I mean, obviously, you got the whole fight against Killmonger at the end and all that stuff, but it's like, I reckon the car chase.
I would say maybe to that. I would also offer.
Oh yeah, obviously the club scene as well, where they get spoiled.
The casino scene, yeah.
But then that's part of that car chase scene anyway. So
no, I wouldn't say that's part. I wouldn't count that as part.
Well, it starts off in there anyway.
Yeah, but a car chase will count as a car chase. That's like.
I mean, the robbery's all right, I guess.
What, right at the beginning?
No, not even a robbery. The jailbreak with Claw.
Oh.
I mean, the worst thing about it is that Claw, in regards to the character, I would like to see him in other Marvel films.
He was in Ultron.
No, I'm just saying in future Marvel films because he gets murked, innit? But
but you need in the context of the film, you needed him to die. So
no. What would have been better?
Killmonger to get into Wakanda and get to have a voice.
Yeah, but he
could have just rocked up there on his J's and
No, but he could have captured him. You could have captured him.
No gifts.
He could have captured him.
But it would have been hard like that. Why go through the hassle?
No, because all you have to do is hit him on the head and then throw him in the frigging van.
Yeah, and then when he wakes up, you got to hit him on the head again. It's a lot of hassle.
Yeah, it's a lot of hitting on the head.
Exactly.
But then saying that he wanted...
on a plane again.
I don't know. I mean, even as a plot narrative anyway, I would reckon it would have been better just to see him on trial in Wakanda, just so we get to see that.
Nah, we don't want to see fucking Black Panther Law and Order. I don't need to see that shit.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, be Wakanda.
Law and Order Wakanda. They're going to come out with that shit.
Yeah,
They've
man.
been everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be great.
They've been everywhere else.
Definitely.
They're fucking Law and Order UK.
Yeah. That'd be great. No,
it wouldn't.
That'd be
No,
great.
It wouldn't. Put the show to bed. We've seen everything. Make something new.
I'll just
The
call
show
it.
is over.
No, Law and Order.
Earth is closed today.
I love that line as well. like moving on to Infinity War. Yeah, the bit where he just basically there's a couple scenes in there, but just for spoiler alert and all that crap.
Too late for that shit.
Oh, definitely. But I do like the whole "Earth is closed for today" line.
Yeah, I do like that line.
Because it's the second time somebody's invaded the country or
it's like now
a planet.
We've had enough. Go home.
Yeah.
We're not having it.
Or he's just gonna. What did he say? He said something about he's gonna shove something up or whatever. No, I'm thinking too much wrestling analogies. But he just basically says, so take your crafting.
Just get out of here, basically.
Although there was a little bit of Trumpism next to it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
He didn't start to say it. He wasn't talking about building no walls.
Yeah, true. It's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got that.
That whole fight, that fight in New York was good.
Was it better than the first one?
First what?
Fight in New York.
What, in Avengers? The first Avengers? Personally, I'd say it was too short to compare the two.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the fight in London, or where was that? Was that Leicester or something like that? Brighton?
Where?
Because basically Scarlet Witch and Vision were in UK.
Oh, they were...
Is it Liverpool Street?
They were in Scotland.
Scotland? Is that Glasgow?
I think they were like Edinburgh maybe. But I think they were in Scotland.
Yeah, so that one I liked.
Yeah, that one was good. Especially when Captain turned up. Yeah, that's when shit got real. That's when you hear the Avengers music for the first time in the film. Captain America is the only person. Like, until Captain America turns up.
He was the first one to murk someone in that film. Did you notice that? Like for the side of good.
Did he?
Like, obviously, because like Thanos busts off Loki's neck. He stabbed Idris Elba in the heart, or whatever.
It was upsetting.
That was very upsetting. He chin checked the Hulk.
Yeah.
And then so in regards to like the goodies or the side of Avengers, they were taking nothing but losses right then.
Yeah.
Nothing but losses, bro.
The film was tense. Like,
very.
The first time I saw it, I was just like uncomfortable for pretty much the whole film. Like, there was a couple of jokes in it where it's like you get like 2 seconds of levity, and then I was just back to being tense.
The weight of it.
Like anybody could die at any moment in time.
And then what happens at the end is it's like the worst possible outcome for you as a fan. Anyway, it's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, but then obviously I know that there's an Avengers 4, so, and I know that there's the Spider-Man 2, spoiler alert, whatever. Yeah. Black Panther, they have to make a sequel. I guess.
They have to make too much money.
Yeah, well, this is it. For financial reasons, they have to release it again, but they don't have to.
Finally, Hollywood can wake up and realize if you make a film, black people will go. Like, we'll put our hands in our pockets. Just don't make bullshit.
I doubt it, bro.
What?
Like,
what, you doubt they learned the lesson?
Nah, it's both. Like, like, people watched Black Panther because it's the first fully black cast film. Yeah. Black Panther 2, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be that popular. I mean, it'll be it'll be sought after, but I don't think it will be the same event.
People went to go see Kid Owen.
Huh?
People went to go see Kid Owen.
Kid Owen? What?
Kid Owen. No, Adulthood was the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when that film came out, the cinema was packed, blood. Trying to say if Black Panther 2 comes out, it's not going to be packed again.
Okay, for one, that's a UK only cinema.
So what?
It's not
Black
it's not
Panther's
global.
Universal, exactly. It's global.
Global. So you can't even put that in that same context. It's just that's retarded.
I can.
It's retarded.
It makes sense.
But in regards to sort of like, especially in America, it's very tense. Like, I mean, at the moment anyway, the whole Kanye thing anyway. Touch about what we said before. But yeah, in regards to like Black Panther, I don't know. I don't think Black Panther 2 will do as well. It'll be like what the Galaxy... Well, it depends what the big bad is.
Yeah,
the big bad, I reckon, will be...
Between, like, doing as well and doing well. Like, you're not measuring success by beating yourself all the time because obviously there's going to be a point where you're just going to plateau. It's not possible for you to make more money.
That's what I thought. But Iron Man did 500 million.
Yeah, but that's different. You're not like that's the first film. You're not going to be like,
Yeah, but then they've made so much money, bro. Like Marvel just is that machine at the moment, isn't it? I think in regards to Black Panther 2, if we are going to see a Black Panther 2,
we are going to see a Black Panther 2. No way we're not going to see a Black Panther 2.
Well, I'm just saying based on events that happen in Infinity War. Yeah, I don't know. Possibly a good thing, but I don't think it will do the numbers as the first one. The first one is a one-off.
No, really.
It's a one-off event.
Yes, it is. But
how are
you measuring success? Like, all you really need to do is like make your money back plus profit.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're making a profit, you can't grumble. Like, as long as the investment's paying off, you can't grumble. Like, you can't expect to, beat the numbers every time. You can't expect to break records of being like the number one selling film in like however amount of days, or like it's been this many weeks number one in the box office, because you don't know what it's going to be up against. You don't know like whatever, like the weather could play a factor in it. Like if there's a snowstorm or something that weekend, like it just happens.
Yeah.
It's going to affect the numbers, but you can't judge success solely on whether you're beating last year's numbers.
All right. That being said, right, in regards to sort of just my point is that I don't think, the whole argument about black people going in their pockets and everything else and, paying out and watching films, I don't think that's a solid, how can I put it? I don't think they should cater for one particular audience.
No, I'm not saying they are, but that character suits. Like, it's not like you're not forcing the situation, and it's still a global film. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made that much money. Yeah, it's not like only black people went to go see it.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's still a global thing. Yeah. But you have like characters that people can relate to, like that more people can relate to. Not just like everyone's just not white guys named Chris. Like, you got other dudes up in that film.
Yeah. No, you haven't got any white guys called Chris in that film.
Exactly. You've got other dudes in that film.
No, there's not any white guys. There's like 3 white guys, and all of them are baddies, bro.
So?
Well, former baddies. Former baddies.
They're not all baddies.
Well, apart from Winter Soldier.
And?
Martin Freeman.
Exactly.
2 guys.
So?
1 in 3.
So?
Colonizers.
Exactly. And how many do we usually get? One out of what?
It's usually inverted. It's
8
like
out of 20.
Basically, they just inverted the film. Like
they didn't even invert it. Huh? They didn't even invert it.
Yes, it's like what all the characters that would usually be white are now black.
No, there were still more white people in that film than there would have been black people if it was inverted.
Yeah, I guess.
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly.
I guess. Yeah. So.
You know it to be true.
Such a views. But yeah. So, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm looking forward to it.
You see the trailer?
Yep, I have. I feel that they should just stop calling him Ant-Man and just call him Giant Man.
Yeah, but he's that man.
Yeah, but he likes getting big.
Yeah, but he mostly gets small.
I suppose. I don't know, I mean, like, because my whole thing is, is he a single parent?
No.
I can't remember. Does he see his baby mums?
Yeah, she's in the film.
And is the baby mums is she Pym?
What?
Okay, because from what I understand, from what I understand from the trailer, it's like
Hank Pym.
No, not Hank Pym, bruv. That's his baby daddy. I'm just saying in regards to sort of like, is he got a love interest with Evangeline Lilly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guess.
Sort of, yes. They kissed at the end of the last film.
Big kiss or a small kiss?
It was a big-ish kiss interrupted by Hank Pym.
Oh, dad interrupted kiss.
Yeah.
It's not a kiss at all, bruv. That's a...
Yes, it is. It's still a kiss.
That's weird, bruv. It's weird.
It's not weird. They're grown. Like, fuck it off.
No, I don't care, man. I mean, I don't want granddad
like
looking at me.
All up in her bedroom.
I don't want to see any... I mean, like, unless it's your wedding day, bruv. I don't want grandpa. I don't want grandpa looking at me, bruv.
That's more awkward. That's more awkward.
No, because that's what everyone's come to see, innit? Come to see some smooching, bruv.
I know what you mean, like in the middle of the thing. I'm talking about like if they're walking on you and it's your wedding day.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just a traditionalist, innit? I don't like kissing in front of. I don't like public displays of affection. That's me. I think that's me as Shunt. You know, like public displays of affection. That's just long, bruv. It's long. But then saying that, I've never been that happy, so fuck it.
I was going to say I never had the opportunity.
Can I kiss you now? You know, I don't know how that works, bruv. But yeah, that being said, yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it looks good. They're definitely playing around more with like getting big and getting small. It looks,
the impact
like a crazy ride.
Yeah,
which I need after Infinity War, man.
Because
that shit brought me down.
So far down, bro.
That shit brought me down.
A little bit of light comic relief with the Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely needed. Yeah, in between the films, definitely needed.
Definitely. All right.
It's probably going to be set before Infinity War.
Or during Infinity War, maybe.
I don't think during. During's just going to be too crazy. Like even though a lot of it is happening off-world, I mean, I guess because a lot of it is happening off-world, or either like off-world or in Wakanda, it could be during. Maybe it's like before / during. But I guess that could be interesting. And like you don't have to, kind of coach the audience so much if it starts like just before, and by the time it finishes,
it's after.
Already in Infinity War.
Yeah, I reckon they're going to be leading into, obviously, because it's all going Captain Marvel and all that stuff.
In the end of like Ant-Man and the Wasp, you just see like Hank Pym and what's his name, Michael. What's that dude's name again? Can't remember. But the Ant-Man crew, like they just disappear. Evangeline Lilly disappears. You see Ant-Man by himself, small, with 2 ants, because the other ants disappeared.
Nah, they got killed, didn't they?
No, I mean at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's gonna have more ants.
Yeah, I suppose. More ants for Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I reckon what we'll probably see is a giant ant in this film.
Yeah, you see it in the trailer, he's playing the drums. You see it in the trailer, he's playing the drums. No, you mean a giant ant?
Giant ant, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, but that's already a giant ant. Like, what is giant? Like, is it giant relative to you, or is giant relative to whatever it is normal size?
I'm talking about 20-story ant.
Okay. So, a human-sized ant, you don't call a giant ant?
Depends if it's originally meant to be that size.
Well, no ant's originally meant to be that size.
Well, either. Like, it's one of those ones where, for me anyway, in regards to Ant-Man, that whole joke where he's there with Goliath, which can be confusing because, like, Goliath is also, what's that guy in, who does he play in, or Lawrence Fishburne, who does he play in Man of Steel? Is it Perry White?
Yeah, it's Perry White.
So Perry White is also Goliath. That's
not confusing.
It is, bruv.
If Johnny Storm can be Captain America,
nah,
Perry White is not.
It's DC and Marvel. Like, you can't really do that. Like,
and it's Marvel and Marvel. You're trying to say that's not more confusing?
It's not Marvel and Marvel.
Well, from Johnny Storm to Captain America is. It's not Marvel Studios, but it's Marvel characters.
Yeah, I suppose. But in regards to sort of like, anyway, I digress.
Most people can't tell the difference anyway.
What?
Like, they can't tell the difference.
That's because nobody's seen a Fantastic Four film.
No, I mean, people can't tell the difference between DC characters and Marvel characters.
I can, and that's what's confusing.
That's you. But that's not everybody. Most people can't.
Well, Perry White, you can't be the head of the Daily Planet and a former superhero.
You can. If you can be the head of the Daily Bugle and Commissioner Gordon, then you can be.
When did that happen? Is that Oldman?
Batman.
Is that Oldman?
No, it's what's his face?
Yeah. Whiplash dude.
Yeah.
Rourke.
No, not Whiplash the character. Whiplash the drum film.
Oh, Simmons, something. J.K. Simmons.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah.
See, you can do it, man.
Yeah, but wait. So
no one's gonna get confused.
When did? Was he Commissioner Gordon?
That's like saying
when was he Commissioner Gordon? Is he the new Commissioner Gordon? He's not. He's not.
Have you seen the film?
What, Batman vs Superman?
Yeah.
He was Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
I blanked. You know what? I was so vexed when I watched that film.
Yeah, use that as an excuse.
Bruv, honestly.
I was mad too.
I'm just so angry. Like.
So was I.
I remember him playing the guy from the Daily Bugle. Was it Daily Bugle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember the hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up because it's a whole heap to edit. But yeah. Wylion, real dumb shit. Shunt and Redacted.